SymWriter provides you with a way of changing many things at once, and that's particularly useful if you have a long document. This is the document that we had in the last video. If I select Symbols and Symbol Display, just move it to the side, you can see here that we can affect a number of different things in the whole document. If, for instance, I want to show the symbols in monochrome, I can click that. If I want to have perhaps a completely white skin tone, if I want to choose a line colour, say red, I can do that, and this is now going to affect the whole document. It's going to make monochrome symbols with white skin tone to keep it as monochrome, and the line colour is going to be red. We click OK, and it will change all of that in one go. I'll put the document back to how it was. You can use the Undo button here at the top, in the top toolbar, or you can use Ctrl and Z together. I'll click the Undo button. It takes us back to where we were. You might similarly want to do things with qualifiers in a whole document. And again, we can go to Symbols, and we can find Qualifier Display. And again, in the whole document, I can choose to have the plurals on or off, or leave the ones as they currently are. So if I want to switch all of the qualifiers off in the whole document, I can select these three buttons, click OK, and it will remove all the qualifiers in the whole document. And that's quite a convenient way of doing things. If you've got a long document and you've forgotten to do something, you can change it in that way for the whole document. Again, I'll do Ctrl Z this time and put it back as it was. You may decide that you don't want to use a particular qualifier. You may want something in a particular colour. You may want something in a certain font, and you want to always use that when the program starts. So there is available to you Startup Preferences, Tools and Preferences. And there's a whole range of different things that you can change, that you can investigate. I'll just show you two of those, and you can investigate the others at your leisure. If we click on the Text and Graphics tab, you can see that we have a number of things that we can do. We can change the font name. We can have a default font size and default symbol size. We can choose whether the symbols show automatically in colour or in monochrome. And we can choose the font colour and the symbol line colour. Here they're set as black. We're showing symbols in colour. We've got these sizes to start, and we're using Comic Sans as the font. You can also set the size, the default size of the drop-in graphic. If you remember, in an earlier video we put a graphic into a document, it sized itself automatically, and it sized itself to this particular size, 25mm by default. And you can also set the default skin tone. This section on stages is something which is relevant when we're making grids for writing, which we'll talk about later. Also, we can click on the Symbolization tab. You can see whether you want to set the program to default to write with symbols appearing, or write with text only, and then you can switch on the odd symbol as you need it. You can set the symbol position, whether you regularly want to start with the symbol on top of the text or under the text. Qualifiers, you can say whether in the document whether you want the qualifiers to show or not. And again, this writing in grids here is to do with when we have grid writing, and again we'll look at that later. So you can set your default startup preferences for a wide range of parameters that you use in the program according to what you generally and most frequently want to use.